Welcome back to more Cake. It's my badass edible art. I'm your girl Jelena, and today I'm going to show you how I made this badass glow in the dark Black Panther cake. Okay, so let's go ahead and let you know what we're doing. So I'm a part of a collaboration where we are making superhero cakes. I linked everybody down below, and at the end of this video I will show you all everybody else's cake. So make sure you go show all of my cake sisters some loves, give them a like, give them a subscribe, and let them know that I sent you. And let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. So the first thing that I did was I grabbed myself some of my Isomalt. I linked all of the supplies that I used down below that I'm sure you guys are going to ask me about, and I grabbed one of my silicone cups and melted the Isomalt in it. It's very easy. It's just like 30-second intervals. And once I did that, I grabbed my molds and I colored my awesome Isomalt, melted Isomalt. I colored it. Okay, words, I can figure this out. The way that I color my Isomalt is always using some Americolor airbrush color. It's thin enough, it doesn't seize up the Isomalt, so I like to use that. And I went ahead and poured it in a couple of the molds that I had that it was kind of looking like crystals. So I had like this pyramid mold and all these other type of molds, but I went ahead and poured my Isomalt in there. And then I needed to make a mold for the Black Panther. I went ahead and picked up one of these little Black Panther figurines. I had this mold putty to okay, really quickly, excuse my black hands. I was working with black buttercream, black edible paint, black everything for like 4 days straight, making black fondant, all of that, because it was Halloween time. So that is why my fingers and my hands look black. That is the only reason. It's just all from the ink I was using with the edible food to use, which I've linked down below also. And all you have to do is just combine the two colors together and make sure that they're equal parts. Mush them together. Don't knead them to the point where they will dry and stiffen, but mush them together and then go ahead and make the mold into whatever shape you need to. And I just pressed the Black Panther toy in it, and it took a lot of trial and error because I definitely needed more putty, but I didn't have any. And it took a long time to put this mold together. It took me too long. My putty was starting to seize on me. So once I got my Black Panther covered, I was just like, let's just cover the whole thing. This is gonna look a mess. I just need to make sure that what I'm pouring in here, the Isomalt that I'm pouring in here, is gonna turn out like a freaking Black Panther. I was able to set the Black Panther mold off to the side to let it, you know, settle, and I was able to demold the other Isomalt crystals, and you can see how like iridescent and beautiful it came out. I think it looks really cute. So after a few hours, I went ahead and took out the Panther. That was really hard to do. Also, I don't think I can use this mold again. I kind of tore it apart, but I was able to demold it. I poured in some of my Isomalt. Again, I colored my Isomalt with the same purple violet color that I had. And after about maybe 30 or so minutes, 30-40 minutes, till I let the Isomalt itself cool down, I went ahead and started to pull out the Isomalt Panther, and it wasn't as precise, but it still was Panther-like. So it still worked out though, but it wasn't as like crystal clean as I would have liked it. So I kind of cleaned it up a little bit just by using some like a lighter to kind of melt some of the parts that didn't match very well. And then I moved on to a part that we're gonna need in the cake. It's just a 1 inch by 6 inch round dummy that I covered in black buttercream, and then I poured black sanding sugar in a pan and covered the entire dummy in black sanding sugar. Now it's time for the fun part. When we're putting all of these things together, I went ahead and added some black buttercream on top of my tall 8 inch cake, and I add the black so that way it wouldn't have any white seeping through in that middle part, because I want that middle part to light up. And then I went ahead and add that dummy in the middle as well. And I covered the top of the dummy with black buttercream also, and then I dusted it with some sanding sugar because I wanted to sparkle all around. And then I just went ahead and decorated it with all of the fancy things that we made. So here you go. And that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys liked how this Black Panther cake came out. I actually really enjoyed it. I love how I have the texture on there and the crystals coming out. I'm all in love with this cake. I really am. Guys, please go and check out some of my cake sisters and the rest of the collab with their superhero cakes. They did an amazing job. I linked everybody down below. So here goes a couple of the photos from my cake sisters who have done the collab, so make sure you check them out.